Hello, Anime Dropouts? Is it time already for an anime podcast?
Wait, that caught me off guard.
It's fine now. Why? Because Anime Dropouts is here.
And he says, "What are you buying?"
Please don't flash me.
Wait, I have to do how many of these things?
I'm your host, Tindang, and I am joined here on this holiday by my co-host,
Joey Min, what's up, everybody?
I'll take this podcast and listen to it.
Alright guys, welcome back to episode 8 of the Anime Dropouts podcast. My name is Tindang, and I am joined by my co-host once again,
Joey Min, School Dropouts, what's up, everybody?
Yes, and if you guys noticed, we haven't uploaded last week because I got sick, so that's my bad.
I think everybody got sick with the flu this coming year.
Yeah, my voice is like still recovering right now, so anyway, what have you been up to in your anime world?
Oh, actually, so I know we talked about it the beginning of fall, but I actually started watching Project Alicization.
Oh, nice.
Sword Arts.
Finally, yeah.
It's okay. So I actually do like the concept, how they like kind of continued the story. So I know that should have been for like last season when we were talking about it. But yeah, I know Sword Arts get a lot of flack for, having a Mary Sue character, but
Yeah, I mean, the animations and the fight scenes are so awesome now.
yeah, I'm surprised by that, honestly. Like still that they could, keep up with the quality of like how it was. And I really like the story too, like, but yeah, and the whole concept of like, I guess like him, falling into a coma, and that's I'm sure people, if they're listening to this right now, they know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, spoilers ahead for
sorry, I'm
everything.
Sorry, I guess this is a pretty spoilerless show, anyways. But yeah, like that's nuts though. Like I understand. I think they were saying like like 5 years is 3 minutes in that world, right?
Yeah,
or something like that. And like he's been there for two years already, so that's like I don't know, like couple of hours. I don't like how do you mentally I know this sounds weird. I know they were really trying to compare it to Alice in Wonderland, but like Narnia, right?
yeah.
How do you deal with that? Like you live a whole entire life in another world, then you leave it, then you revert back to a kid with all that knowledge. Like wouldn't your mind just melt? Like like that's like 60 plus years of worth of like life experience that you like revert back to being 12. Like how do you live life after that?
Yeah, I don't know. I would honestly go insane, and I'm surprised he hasn't.
Yeah, like I mean that's just what I thought. But yeah, like really cool. That's just what I've been watching, and
yeah, it's pretty good. I like that people actually ship like Kirito and Yuja when they're similar-ish characters. Right? And I thought like the shipping was like too on the nose when they were like polishing their swords on a rainy day next to each other. I'm like, wow, that's.
I'm sure that, dude. I'm only at like episode 7.
Okay.
So I'm sure that happened.
Oh yeah, so I think like episode 8 or 9 is when it really ramps up. Cause
I thought, like I know that sounds weird, but I thought like the blue rose was supposed to look like one of Kirito's second sword. Like in when he was in Aincrad, but it's not, right?
It's not, but it looks like a similar style.
Right. I feel like I would have been like, hey, what the fuck? This is my sword or something. And I was kind of hoping the sword that he got made from the tree was his elucidator or whatever it's called, or dark repulsor or whatever it's called in the first thing. And I thought it would be kind of funny because, when he was like teaching like, oh yeah, Aincrad style, I thought he was going to be like, Project Heath, like ID Heathcliff, and he's gonna do some crazy shit to that guy. But
I'll show you my sword skills,
right? Like, cause like, I guess it's like a different system, but I guess he still has access to his sword skills or some shit. Like, I guess ultimately, like, what was his ultimate move? Like Jetstream Burst or something.
It was like a full auto combo.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I thought that was the thing that he was gonna show her that. Oh, I'll show you like my ultimate skill, and he like dual sword. Like I thought that was gonna happen. I was like waiting for it, but
yeah, I don't think he has revealed that at all.
Yeah, he just did like Cloud's like side B, like in Smash. That's his move. But yeah.
All right, yeah, and I've been reading a lot more recently. Let's see, I've been getting into Fire Force, and it's the same person that did Soul Eater, and it's so fucking awesome.
Soul Eater, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I really liked Soul Eater when it came out.
Yeah, they're basically a set of people that are firefighter exorcists.
Wait, so they fight fire and fire demons
Yeah, so
inside people?
inside this world, there are people that just spontaneously combust and become infernals, which are kind of like fire demons. Yeah.
That sounds like a
really
really
cool.
good setup. For,
Everybody has like a different class. So you have like actual firefighters. You have the second generation of people that actually like control fire. And then the third generation of people can actually like ignite and create their own flames while retaining their humanity. It's really cool.
Oh shit! So it's just a world full of fire pyromancers kind of thing.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of cool. Yeah.
Besides that, I've been like collecting more figurines lately. I feel like I've ascended. Like I am Super Saiyan 2 of Weeb now.
Oh, dang! What's level 1?
Level
Wait,
1.
hold on. What's base level weeb? You just appreciate anime?
Appreciate anime. Yeah, I feel like Yamcha level is like when you start watching like shows that are like current.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, so can you be a professional weeb?
Professional Weeb?
Or is that just not a tier?
I feel like if you go to anime conventions, that's pretty high up there.
Oh, okay.
That's like Super Saiyan God level.
I mean, I worked with like Yuden Flameworks in Japan for a little bit, and I mean, I did a couple of video game, like I helped out video games that are
Oh, so that's like almost straight from the source.
yeah, like
That's Ultra Instinct.
All right, that's funny. That's funny.
All right, yeah, and now we're going to do a couple of updates for the podcast. So if you guys noticed last episode, we actually had a little bit of an interlude. So we have like a news section now, and the voice acting is done by Kuroshi_Michi, and she was on Fiverr, and she was gracious enough to do like
My
so
God,
many
her voice
of my
is
stupid lines.
so adorable. And
I
yeah,
know.
if you guys like it, and you guys have anything else kind of like this, or other people that might be considering like hiring her for work, she's awesome.
Yeah, I got her to say like "fuck R. Kelly" a couple times too.
I'm so sorry. When I heard the voice files, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, and besides that, let's see. You guys can always email us with questions, comments, and what have you been watching recently on animedropouts at gmail.com.
Yeah, let us know, like, if maybe there's hidden gems out there that we haven't seen, because we are covering pretty mainstream, I guess what we think that are going to be like the big hitters in a particular season. So let us know. We'll be really interested in what you guys think about.
Yeah, I mean, we've got time on our hands. It's a grassroots campaign right here. We have a mattress on the side.
Yeah,
This table's from Walmart, and we're actually talking to you through 2 tin cups and a string.
Yeah, connected to some wiring
Yeah,
to the
and
computer.
last of all, last for the podcast, thank you every single time for Moe Shop for providing us with the music.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
All right, Joey, you ready? Let's
Yeah.
get into some news for the new year.
Time for Anime News by Anime Dropouts.
All right, so January is a slow month, but we do actually have some news. So first of all, the last Heaven's Feel movie is called Spring Song, and this is going to be out in 2020.
God.
Yeah. The second movie is actually out in the US on February 23rd, and tickets should be available now by the time you're listening to this.
Whoa, wait, really? You could watch it in the theaters here?
Yeah, the
I didn't
second
even know
movie.
that. Oh, that's sick though.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, not too many details for the third movie yet, but one of the spoilers that they did like tell us about is that they'll be keeping the sex scenes from like the actual visual novel.
Sorry.
Yeah, so don't take your mom to see the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, Nasu, like the author, is like infamous for writing like the worst sex scenes ever possible. They're like fan fiction level, and I actually have a couple lines.
But sometimes those are the best types of sex scenes in novels, in fanfic novels.
Well, I mean, I have a couple of lines here. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right, first one. Maybe she can't breathe out of her mouth because it's filled with my penis. This is actually in the visual novel. Like I read this 10 years ago.
I do remember. That's why I always okay. Keep going.
All right, she is putting strength into her sphincter. It's not anatomically correct either.
Yeah. More, please.
Air blows out of her nose and along my organ.
Ooh.
I want to play like the actual like organ sound.
But what if it's like translated much better in like if it's in its original text, right?
Yeah. I feel like we lost a little bit in the translation.
Maybe the translator is like terrible. Because this is some 50 Shades of Grey level.
Yeah, I've got two more. It's like it's crying. And the last one. The varying movements are like those of an educated prostitute.
That is so classy.
That is the classiest line I've ever heard in my life.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys.
Okay.
Oh my God. That's, yeah.
We could write a better hentai, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to move on?
I love Fate Stay Night.
I do too, but like, those were horrible. I just skipped them.
Yeah. I guess I did too. Yeah, yes, continue, please.
All right. So, Dragon Ball Super Brawly movie.
Yo, if you guys haven't seen it, I mean, it's very Dragon Ballish, but that's what would you expect, right? But that's what makes it so good.
Yeah, it's like after all these years, we have finally like a good cohesive story, like brought into a movie.
Yeah, actually, is sad but kind of cool at the same time.
Yeah,
you know, like it's pretty basic, but
yeah. Let's see, and numbers wise, it beat Resurrection Frieza's record in 2 days, and
globally or just America?
Domestically, so just US for now, and it's ranked third overall. So the only two movies that are ahead of it are actually both of the Pokemon movies.
Oh, yeah. Brawly ain't that strong to beat Mew too.
I mean, for 30 million so far, it's doing really well.
Yeah, no, it's. I think I wonder if it's because if you think about it too, a lot of people that probably watch Pokemon and Dragon Ball are like the older people, and I guess like Dragon Ball and Pokemon have been around so long that it gathered that much fan base, you know.
Yeah,
so.
It's basically the household name by now.
Yeah, Brawly, man, finally. Okay, so now Brawly's finally canon.
Brawly's finally canon, and I think, what is it? His ascended form, like when he has like the great ape's powers, but stays
like Saiyan or Saiyan human.
Like that's canon now. And Gogeta's canon.
Gogeta's canon. I just realized that they never fusion in like I guess canon. I thought, you know.
Yeah, and they showed off like a couple of like new special attacks.
But the fight scene was pretty sick.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. So guys, make sure you check that out when it's available.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's available, but I think I guess DVD and Blu-ray releases much afterwards. And speaking of Pokemon that we mentioned before, Brock finally has a girlfriend after 20 years.
Whoa. Officially has a girlfriend.
Officially, yes.
Yeah. We all know Brock. You know, B-Rock got that juju.
Slim side eye.
Oh, yeah. You know, he got a scouter on nonstop. But wait, who's his girlfriend? I haven't kept up with that.
I have no idea what her name is, but you know what? That doesn't matter.
Is it in the Pokemon XY show? Or whatever? Which has awesome Dragon Ball level fight scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Like
the animation levels are actually really good.
And it's really sick. Really, really sick. I think it's pretty. It's still Ash, right? It's still okay, cool.
Yeah, and in other news, PA Works, the studio behind Iriduku, The World in Colors, and the Horse Girl anime, like Pretty Horse Derby.
Oh,
yeah. They were actually contacted by Riot, and they actually did a little like League of Legends short video.
Is it all of the ads I've been seeing recently? All of those like anime ads? Or
it was the animated one where the girl like actually plays Yasuo, and you know that's fake because
no girl will play Yasuo.
There are no cute girls behind the Yasuo player.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope you don't offend non-cute girls. But no girl plays Yasuo. I mean, come on. Anyways,
yeah. And it might be a little bit early, but still related to PA Works. They will be airing an original series called Fairy Gone in spring of 2019, so a couple months from now. This one is actually directed by the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Cells at Work writer, Suzuki Kenichi.
Oh yeah,
All right.
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, and the story premise is actually really good. It sounds mature too. So it's set in a world where humans that have taken like organs of fairy possessed animals, and they can summon like their actual powers and use them for war. So it's like somewhere
Organs
between of fairies.
Okay, but
So like the fairies possess the animals, and like the humans would take their organs and then use it to summon.
like you'll take a deer heart and just stuff it in their bodies.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's kind of like Animorphs or like Bloody Roar, if you remember that video game.
but I thought that was magic. Bloody Roar.
Magic?
Then like that's how they could turn into those.
Oh yeah, I mean like just
Okay.
like changing their forms.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So it's kind of like that. They anamorph, as you said. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, slow month, but you know, let's get on to the reviews for this season.
Okay.
All right, so this season actually started off super strong. All the song openings are amazing.
Oh, my God.
And there's actually so many, like we can only cover like I guess 3 for this episode, and then probably just pick up more as we go along. And the first ones we're going to talk about is The Promised Neverland, and this one has been like I've been hooked since the first episode.
This is incredibly like it's scary for the concept of what it's saying, and I think that's what it is. It's like if you limit the knowledge of your audience about this world, but like imply something more sinister, dude, it's scary as hell, man. Mama is scary as hell.
Yeah, and this is the first time I think this is the first thriller we've had like in a long time that actually like evoked this level of emotion.
What's like, I'm just trying to think what made me feel this way. Because like I don't want to just be like certain like the beginning of like Death Note kind of felt that way. But there's other stuff, I guess. But
Shiki for me, a bit of Monster. I guess those are the only other like thriller types that I can think of.
yeah, it's good though. Like there's like certain things that really like freaked me the hell out. Like when Emma was like looking at the poster.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Mama comes in and like, but she was just there already and like just appeared and just kind of just started staring at her face.
Yeah, the camera angles and the framing of all the shots, especially when they actually do like the big reveal. So if you guys don't know about the story, it actually takes place in Gracefield House, and it's an orphanage where the kids live like a pretty lavish life. You know, they're all dressed in white like an R&B music video.
Oh yeah.
They're taken care of by with their food, their housing, but they're taken care of by a figure named, I guess, nicknamed Mama.
Yeah.
And their only like responsibilities are taking like these daily exams. So they've got their scantrons out and everything. And then their one rule is that they cannot leave and they cannot cross this one fence.
Yeah. Which is like literally like waist height, or not even, it's like thigh high height. And
yeah, I mean, the kids can
like,
jump over it.
yeah, they're 10 years old. Like they could clearly go under it or over it, whether they choose.
Yeah. So, I mean, the setting started off really good. It's like all this lightheartedness, but you know, there's always something sinister.
Right. And you think it's like this really simple thing where it's like, I guess like the basis is like human trafficking. I guess like they kind of alluded to that, but they take it and they run with that so far and you don't even expect it. It's like way darker. I guess we could just say it, right? Because you find out in the first episode.
Yeah. And it's in the synopsis as well. So you actually find out that what's happening with these kids when they're shipped off to be adopted is that they are actually fed to demons.
Yeah. Like the whole, I mean, yeah, you find out at the end of the first episode or something like that, but like it's like that movie, like The Village, M. Night Shyamalan, where you think it's like, it's just a village where it's like in, you know, in back in the day and there's like a demon or something like that, but it's like in modern day. So it's like, that plot twist, you find out that the rest of the world is run by demons and this orphanage is just basically a cattle house, you know?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's crazy. And what the kids are trying to do is that now that they found out the secret and their caretaker Mama is also she is aware that someone in the house has found out the secret about the demons. So what goes on is like this galaxy brain battle of trying to figure out how to escape while keeping that secret tucked under.
But that's like the tension that it builds where like the the main characters are trying to outwit, like secretly, how that's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, if I if I put myself in that situation, I would be dead like in the first week.
I wouldn't know. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Unless mama is like super like, but then again, I'll be like 10 years old. I can't fight. Hey man, I don't know, because like I still want to know why they're doing that, but I'm sure that, they're doing it to bargain for their life, but that's nuts.
Yeah, so if you guys want to watch this, it's called The Promised Neverland, and it has been a thrill ride so far, so please check it out. All right, and the next one that we're going to check out is a combination of Tezuka and Mappa's collaboration, and this one is Dororo.
Yeah. Sick. Yeah, if you guys don't know, obviously it's been an old anime, it's old manga. Wait, no. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very, very old show. It's back in the 70s, I think. And they remade it back. I mean, like, the story's been retold. At least there's like 5 iterations and at least 2 movies. So I know I was supposed to like work on like one of the movies, but I didn't get to. But
and there was an older like anime series that was made with it as well.
yeah.
So this one's about a story about a child who's sacrificed by his father to 48 demons, and now he has to survive, and he has no feeling in his body whatsoever since all his limbs and organs have been sacrificed, and he has prosthetics, and what he's trying to do is go on this journey to reclaim his body and then confront his father.
Yeah, like, oh man, did they ever? It's just his will to live, right? Like, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah, like he can't see, he can't like feel, but he could, I guess, visually like feel the souls around him.
Yeah, and that's cool. Like, I think it's really cool. I don't know how he got taught. Like, I guess he comprehend. I guess he has a brain, but like, that's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Everything.
backstory to it, but it's been awesome so far. And what I do really enjoy is that they don't pull the punches when it comes to violence, since it is made as a series in the 70s.
Yeah, it's really violent, and it shows the, I guess, the simplicity, or like they don't really glorify like old school, like Japan, like samurai era. When people would think of it like it's like this really beautiful like houses and buildings. Like that's like a really that provincial feel of what it used to be like. Like the houses and like the streets and just how it was,
Right.
Which really feeds into the tone of that anime, where it's like it's kind of like a lawless time.
Yeah, it's a very matter of fact, like a war torn country, and there's feuding battles everywhere.
Right. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, the prosthetics are pretty space age if you really think about it for that time, but pretty awesome.
Yeah, make sure to check it out.
Oh, great. Awesome opening too. Just saying that, awesome opening.
Oh yeah, of course. This one's was it the one by that J-pop group?
Yeah, that's kind of like has like the very Japanesey sound to it. Yeah.
All right, and the last one for this episode is going to be Rising of the Shield Hero, and I feel like this one is like number one like breakout.
Yeah, this is my favorite for the season so far.
I've been saying it for years.
Oh, it's so like the because it was a light novel, right?
Yeah, so how it started out is that there was a web novel, and then a light novel, and then a manga, and then an anime adaptation.
See, I mean, this is off tangent, guys, but like I really find it amazing that a lot of creators can find success now by just doing that. Like with one making like a web comic, and this one being just a web novel, then it got picked up because it was good, or like I guess the process, and now we're watching an anime off of it. It's sick.
Yeah, this one is like one of the very first, well, not one of the very first, but one of the very, I guess, first isekai that got super popular.
Oh.
And the web novel is fully completed. The light novel is still going on, and the story is a little bit different from the web novel. But
Is the original author making the from the web novel also making the light novel, or no?
I think, yes, for the light novel, and I think for the manga, they had someone else work on it. But yeah.
But like it's what was I'm trying to think of the opening. Oh,
Oh, this one's Rise by Mad Kid.
Oh yeah. See that's good too. Also, man, Raftalia is like my waifu of the.
She's already best girl. Of the
She's
season.
already best girl. She's like my waifu right now, dude. Like I still like now that I'm watching Alicization, kind of still. Cause like Asuna was like technically they got married in the world, didn't they, or something? I totally forgot. But like, so I don't know if that's waifu, but that's like wife, right?
Yeah.
And I used to love Rem, but yo, Raftalia, I'm sorry, just so sweet.
Yeah, and I really like this story. I guess it did pick up a little bit of controversy in the first episode since there was a false rape accusation
which is kind
the
of
main character.
I think that's kind of silly though. Like, I really don't understand. I don't want to say that because I don't want to like stir anything, but it's like because it's what do you call it? It is from another country.
Yeah.
And maybe like, you know, like the culture and everything wouldn't translate over as well, or like maybe like certain things aren't as prominent over there. And it's just a story element, but I understand, I guess, what people are saying, but also at the same time, I really don't agree like the backlash because of it.
Yeah, I think the backlash is a bit undeserved. It's more than 10 years old, and the author is actually, I think, with the pen name, I think she's actually a female.
Yeah, and it's like it's just to show the fact that this person, you're supposed to hate the person because it's supposed to be that she's a manipulative liar that will do anything to get what she wants, right? And that's the really base of it, right? So, you know, it's kind of like the opposite way. If you really want to hate a character like goblins and Goblin Slayer,
Yeah.
you kind of put that and it's like an automatic like, oh man, like terrible, right? So
Yeah, I mean, just to relate it to, I guess, today's, political and social climate, the presence of a false rape accusation doesn't discredit like actual, rape.
yeah.
So,
Right. So, but that's I guess, which is, anyways, I think that's like fairly, small and like for the whole, like the anime is fairly, it's easygoing, you know. I mean, by the, what's it, like third episode, I think like the other heroes start kind of seeing the shield hero in a different light, where it's like, oh, like that girl is actually a liar and manipulative. So
right. You could see it in the fourth episode when they actually finally end up dueling the main
it's the
character,
fourth episode,
Nafumi.
yeah.
He has like the shield and he's versing the spear hero who kind of like just balls to the wall. Like he
Right.
does anything if it's a girl.
Right. Yeah. And it's yeah.
Like the ultimate white knight, but he ends up losing the duel because the girl that
Oh my God.
accuses
Is
him
that why?
of rape
Yeah.
actually uses like a magic spell during the duel and interferes.
Yeah.
But
He's a white.
I guess the redeeming moment is like when Raftalia, who is
Yes.
freed from the curse of slavery,
Yeah.
she comforts him anyway, and she's like, I'm the one that believes in you. I mean, the story is basic, but you guys should really check it out. It's about these four people in Japan that gets transported into like another world. So that's where the isekai component comes from.
But it's really cool. They're from different like versions of Japan.
Right. Not actual, like, I guess the same era, or it doesn't even have to be the same timeline, but they're from different versions of Japan.
Yeah. Which is kind of cool. Like even though, but they all speak Japanese and it's still all Japan. And there's, you know, it's I think it's kind of cool. Like every one of them kind of like it's inferred that they know about the world that they was dropped into, but in different mediums. Like some of them played the game or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
some of them played like action games, some of them played like MMOs.
Yeah.
And I think what Nafumi, our main character, was playing is kind of like a civilization style game.
Right.
But it's like top down.
But since he said that he reads a lot of books, he actually finds about the world
Yeah.
because of a book.
Yeah, and he's more in tune with like the actual people. And while the other three heroes, they kind of see like all these other people as NPCs, so they're not as empathetic towards the other
Yeah.
characters.
And that's why, I guess that's what it is though, right?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool.
I mean, they take advantage of a guy that's just a nice guy that's normal, and he gets thrust into this like world where he's just separated by everyone.
Right. And And it's kind of obvious now by the 4th episode that the king is in on it. And I guess like maybe I don't know because I don't know the books. I don't know like the source material. Maybe that there was a backstory to like a previous shield hero that was like maybe just kind of made everybody hate the shield hero, because like it seems like the whole royal court is on it's on the king's side of making the shield hero like just have a terrible time there or something.
Right. So here's the backstory of why these heroes get summoned. So
Spoiler, guys.
yeah, spoiler alert, obviously. So there's this calamity of waves where monsters are summoned into this world, and what the people in the village do is that they summon these 4 heroes to fight for them, and if they all die, then they get to resummon more heroes as well.
But it seems like though, I think implied from the 4th episode, right? Like talking to there's like a neighboring country that isn't affected by the waves. Did you notice that? Like I think because they never really said save the world, like save our land.
Yeah, there are neighboring countries with their own, waves as well, or problems as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sick.
So
Okay.
the story's a little bit deeper than what it initially appears as, but it's done really well. Animation so far has been awesome. Music, opening song is great. The composer is actually Kevin Penkin. So he's the same one that did Made in Abyss. He's an Australian music composer, and he's really awesome. He's been doing a great job so far.
That's some good stuff, man.
Yeah. So if you guys check out Dororo, Shield Hero, Promise Neverland, and there's a lot more this season as well. So there's Mob Psycho, Kakegurui, Kaguya-sama. Slime is still going on.
Slime is still going on. It's really cute still.
Yeah.
Really awesome. Shout outs to Slime for super lowly character. love Milium.
Milium?
Yeah. It's like the first episode where you see her and what she's wearing. I'm like, yes and no at the same time.
All right, Joey.
Yeah, what's up?
Are you ready?
Oh, no.
It's time. It's been I think 5 episodes since we've done a game show.
Oh, man. Can I have a lifeline here and just ask for help? Just ask. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
We actually have a mom, our
mom.
Yeah, our mom.
Our mom of the channels. Do you want to say something? Just say hi. Really.
Our mom of the YouTube channel.
Yeah, she's our producer.
Yeah, she's
kinda just
listening in for now, but we are going to play a game.
Oh.
All right, and this one is actually inspired by our last podcast. With the spirit of long-ass titles in Isekai, I made up a game show with its own long-ass title. And this one is called, Can You Guess If It's a Light Novel or a Hentai?
A naughty game show? That's so lewd.
Oh my God.
All right, the rules are pretty simple. Points don't matter. I picked out a couple of titles, Joey,
Yes.
and you need to guess whether it's a light novel or hentai.
Okay. I'm down.
All right, so the naming schemes are already your hint. So some will be tricky and some will be pretty easy.
Okay.
Okay, and there are 7 in total.
I'm down. Let's do this.
All right, number 1. My husband's penis won't fit.
Wait, I feel like that's a line from that one anime. It's a hentai.
Oh, no.
What?
It's a light novel.
That's
Okay. A little bit of backstory that we'll also cover for the next podcast.
which is awesome.
This one is actually going to be an original Netflix series next month.
Really?
Yes. And it's more innocent more wholesome than it sounds.
Okay. I
Yeah. So
I'm
it's
back.
initially a novel and it's going to be adapted on Netflix next month. So
anime or like live action?
I think it's a live action.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm down.
you've got 0 points for now. Are you ready for number 2?
Number 2, please.
All right. Female Hero's Journey, number 3. Total defeat at Skyfell Tower.
Female hero number 3's total defeat at Sky Tower.
Female Hero's Journey, number 3.
That if
So
you have
there's
a number,
2 and a 1.
yeah. So if it's like a serialized thing, I feel that's a hentai.
Nice. You got it.
That sounds like it.
There
Okay.
you go. Oh, and actually all these titles are from Faku. You can subscribe and read
Yeah.
Hentai there. Please sponsor us.
Please sponsor us.
Okay. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Number 3. A shut-in girlfriend who wants to be pampered.
Oh, that sounds really sweet. Okay. That's cutesy. It sounds like a light novel.
Oh, no. It's a hentai.
Man. What is this? It's kind of like one of those hentais that are like actually directed towards women, actually, right? It's like one of those things that I saw like a
sort of
documentary.
pretty vanilla.
Yeah, it's like
Threw you a curveball there.
yeah.
You are 1 for 3 right now.
Oh my gosh.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yes, please.
Okay. An Archdemon's Dilemma. How to love your elf bride.
That sounds like an anime, dude. That's like, oh my god, it's a hentai.
Oh my God, no.
What the?
It's a light novel.
Oh my god, I can't. I'm
You're 1
swinging
for
here.
4.
I'm swinging.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. You can make the comeback here.
Let's see.
Apparently, it's my fault that my husband has the head of a beast.
Hey mom, what do you for this one? What do you think?
Is that a lifeline?
Yeah, that's I'm using a lifeline.
All right.
Do you think that's a
Mom,
novel
you can come
or
over and
hentai?
answer.
Oh man, that's like really hard. Light novel.
Ooh, there you go.
Hey!
You're welcome.
Thank you, mom. Thank you for the lifeline there.
All right, that's 2 out of 5. And you've got 2
My
more to go.
husband's head is a beast.
Apparently, it's my fault that my husband's head has the head of a beast.
I
All right,
can only imagine.
next one. My favorite. My report on the time I was devoured by 3 succubi. Volume 2.
Oh my god, that just like at first I was like, okay, that could be a light novel, but then you said volume 2. Nah, I have to like. It's a hentai.
Nice.
Okay,
There you go.
Yay.
3 out of 6. All right.
Okay.
If you can get this last one, you'll score more than a 50.
Yeah, I would have passed.
That's like a solid D.
Just what I was aiming for.
All right.
Like, so all I have to give is a solid D. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay.
And your last one.
Mhm.
The dirty way to destroy the goddess's hero.
It's Final Jeopardy, John. So hard. Light novel.
Ding, ding, ding. We've got a winner.
Ah! Thank you, guys.
Nice. There you go.
Here we go, ladies.
4 out of
solid
7.
D for you. This is
All right. Do you want to listen to a couple of the runners up that I think were 2 on the nose to make it into the quiz?
yeah, sure.
All right. You can also find these at Faku. Please sponsor us.
Please sponsor us.
Number 1, give me that semen.
It's a hentai, right?
Yeah, these are all hentais.
Oh, these are all hentai. Okay.
Yeah. Number 2, boobies and twitchy sticky weenies.
That could be a light novel.
Number 3, huge tits pressure. That could never be a light novel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 4, my favorite, slutification tips.
That sounds like a good, entertaining afternoon read.
Yeah, that's your vocab for the week.
Slutification tips.
Slutification.
Yeah, something to read after a nice Sunday mass at brunch.
After praising the Lord.
After praise the Lord.
All right. And the last one, when you poke the bush, a snake pops out.
Okay. That's it.
And that's it for this week's game show.
That's awesome.
Nice. You got a 4 out of 7.
Hey, I thought it would do better, but it's hard.
You did pretty good. All right. And let's wrap up the podcast
Yeah.
for this week. So next week, we're going to also have a special Valentine's Day episode.
Oh, you mean not in 2 weeks?
Next week.
Oh, wow. Look at that. More stuff for you guys.
Yeah, there we go. We're going to have a game show on that one. And we're going to share a little bit of our, I guess, our own romance stories that involve anime.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see.
So that one's going to be a great episode. Okay, so once again, make sure to email us animedropouts@gmail.com. Follow us, subscribe, thank all our, thank Kuroshi Michi for the voice acting.
Yes.
Moe Shop for the music.
And thank you, and thank you guys for listening. Thank you again. We really appreciate it.
We really want to just open up a community. Like we want to talk about anime, so you're always free to. All right, so signing off until next class. Bye.
Bye.